next time we see each other, they have to take one cup. Everyone knows the rules. Got a very special guest today. Jason Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show with WIBC, 93.1 WIBC. Top rated show when Indy's still on the top. From what I've seen last time, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on WIBC. So go give them a listen this afternoon. Him and Nigel always have some good stuff and usually pretty funny with it. At least they think they're very funny. I get a kick out of it, so we must have a good sense of humor.
The numbers indicate we still are. Look at that, number one, baby. Number
freaking one talk show, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. 93.1 WIBC. I got the honor of meeting Jason while I worked at the radio station. He actually DJ'd my wedding. I do some baseball training with his son, so I know Jason quite well, and phenomenal guy. So go check out the show and listen to it. They do have their shows on podcasts available on iTunes as well, or 93.1wibc.com, and go check it out. So, Jason, appreciate you taking the time to join the show this morning.
Dude, no problem. Happy to be here, man. Hope everybody's doing all right.
Can't complain. So kind of give you a kickstart and understand what we got going on here since this coronavirus thing has taken place. And I mentioned it one time at the beginning of the show. We're trying our best not to say that word or talk about the virus one time. If you do, next time we see each other, the person has to take a shot of this very potent 140 proof moonshine that Austin had gotten from Kentucky. So we're trying to stop talking about the damn thing.
Uh-oh.
I already got some.
Oh my God, he's ready to drink right now.
Well, he already has. Notice the bottle is not full.
This sounds like 5 o'clock. That's not a penalty.
Yeah.
That's like straightly homemade right there.
Yeah, this isn't the kind of stuff you would buy at like the old Smoky Distillery. This is the kind of stuff you buy from a mountain man in Tennessee that looks like Toby Keith. This is the good stuff, right?
That shit, is it apple pie?
Yes. They mixed in their own flavor. There's not enough flavor to take away the potency from it. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that if you drink more than like down to this line, there's a legit chance you may go blind.
So that's what we were trying to tell Mitchell. The bottle I have is a fifth. I've only got maybe a dime size down from the bottleneck. And that's 4 people drink on that. Every single person that's tried to do it has vomited immediately after the fact. So Mitchell seems to think he could take a 5-second pull off of it and still be functioning, and there's no way in hell that would happen.
Well, hold on. There was a $1,000 reward to try it.
It's still on the fucking table. If you want to do it,
I said I'll try to take a 5-second pull of it for $1,000. I mean, I might be dead for the night, but at least I'm waking up with $100,000 on the table.
You just put my money where my mouth is. Rona, coronavirus, COVID-19.
Whoa.
He is at it. It actually kind of looks yummy. Put some hair on your chin or nuts.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that just added a whole nother kick to the show. We're all drinking coffee. I may have Bailey's in it, but fuckers just straight up drinking moonshine straight out the jar this morning.
Hey, wise man once said you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. That's factual information right there.
That's science.
I mean,
it helps get through the day,
boys.
Well, I guess I wanted to turn this show today into a little bit of sports talk. Everybody's probably tired of not being able to watch ESPN or whatnot, or maybe tired of hearing Dan Dockich talk on the radio. I don't. I enjoy it. But I kind of wanted to talk a couple of different topics. What were you saying, Chase?
I was saying there's some IU Classic games on there. I don't know if they play Kentucky ever, but a lot of IU Classic games on there. There's an IU game from 01, I think, this last week I watched.
Chase is a huge IU fan. Jason is a Tennessee Volunteers fan, so he hates Kentucky just as much as you do.
Perfect.
It's not bad, though. Like, my hatred of Kentucky isn't nowhere near as bad as the IU fans. I'm more of your Florida kind of guy. And
the thing is Chase has a sore ass about it because they beat him one time at Assembly Hall and we stopped playing them, and it's now like all Indiana Hoosier fans hate Kentucky.
No, it was always hated Kentucky.
To be fair, that was long before that too. Like IU didn't just hating Kentucky. Kentucky didn't start, not liking Indiana. But it made it worse. But that didn't help. The canceling of the series didn't help.
No, it for sure made it worse. I can tell you that. And you know, I tip my hat to him. Congratulations, you win. But I mean, at some point in time, you fans just need to get over it.
Over it. You're the one who brings it up all the time.
You're the one who brought up IU basketball, hating or Kentucky just now.
I brought up IU basketball.
About a 1988 game, back from when Vietnam War was in effect.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with hating somebody. That's why we love sports, right? I don't give a rat's ass about like swimming, but when I watch the Olympics and there's a Russian you can hate, I'm in because hate is what makes sports run. Like if you watch SEC football, it's all legitimate hate. Bama hates Auburn. Kentucky hates Vanderbilt. Tennessee hates Florida. And if you've ever been to an SEC football game, you know it's legit. People are fighting. People are like, you know, poisoning trees on campuses and stuff. It's amazing.
It is. And
especially in the South.
What'd you say?
They don't play around down there. They're in the South, tailgating. I mean, they don't mess around. It's a lot of them don't have football teams for Sunday too. So Saturday's the day. And it's, they go hard. All the campuses and businesses around the campuses shut down because I try to make it to a UT game at least once a year. And like the Burger King, like these mom and pop restaurants, they shut down so you can tailgate in their parking lots and they make more money that day.
Oh, I guarantee they do. And I mean, we went, Austin, I don't know if you remember, but back, I was probably in middle school. I think you might have been in high school. We went down for I think it was a Florida UK football game. We didn't even go into the game because the tailgating and stuff was so much fun. But they were playing Florida, and everybody's tailgate meal was fried alligator because they were playing the Florida Gators. Like, that's super cool to me. I remember trying alligator for the first time.
That's how it still is because me and Taylor went down to Kentucky this last fall when they were playing Florida, and we didn't even tailgate anywhere close to the stadium. We tailgated at the Kentucky Horse Park, which is just north of Lexington. And literally, they had the entire campground segregated. They had Kentucky fans on one side of the campground, Florida fans on the other side. And literally, people would drive golf carts through the campground and throw shit at the other team's camps. Like it was nuts.
Drive by in a golf cart.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like my wife, when she was in college, was one of those flag girls for the University of Tennessee. So she'd go out there on game day in front of like 120,000 screaming maniacs, all singing Rocky Top. Like when they would go on the road, Georgia fans would throw bottles filled with urine at the bus. Damn flag girls on.
Hey, we're just sitting here trying to spin our flags. Leave us alone. We don't even know what football is.
When you hate the flag girls, I mean that's real hatred right there. Hating cheerleaders, everybody, band members coming in. Now they got the walks and all that, so that's just more opportunity. I haven't been down there in a time, but I know we go down to Alabama a lot and listen to people talk, and they'll have like a lot of pro sports there. I'm sitting there talking about like the Pacers and this dude I remember the NFL draft was coming up, and this guy's talking to me about where all the Bama players are going. I'm like, man, this is the shit that you guys talk about because you know pro sports is about where the college players are playing the pros, not even how they're doing, just where they're going to. Oh yeah, like talking about somebody on the D line, hoping that they maybe go down over to the Saints so I can still cheer for them. I'm like, damn man, you guys need a pro sports team here bad. But hey,
yeah, it's crazy man. Ben Davis girl, and she was down there, and she was talking with one of her flag teammates. I don't know what you call them. And she was like, "Is it like this all the time?" And this chick looked at her. "You must be from the north." Yeah, right. I'm having urine thrown at me.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's not normal here. We don't throw, piss at people. So like monkeys.
Unless you're in Bloomington.
True. Then it just smells like urine walking around.
Smells like urine.
Guarantee it does. Let's
talk about tropical paradise mix that Ball State was, because let's be honest, a good old testicle you and I both went to school at. If you're going to throw some shade at Bloomington, let's be careful of some of the diseases you might find up and down, like Tillotson.
Oh, you may have hepatitis C, and I guarantee you walk down Tillotson, you're getting coronavirus.
You went to a Ball State.
Shit, I just said it.
Got him. Hey, go get some. Actually, go get something because I can drive your house.
He's gonna do something. He's gonna fake it too. He's gonna do a fake chug. It's like the high school chug where you tip it back, you hold it in your mouth, then you like do a last second swallow. We need somebody to monitor this.
Dude, if you spend any time,
oh Jesus!
What is that? Diet Coke?
Captain, I don't have anything powerful here.
I can see that.
The price is not as.
We have to change the name of the show. Change the name of the podcast to One Shot instead of One Cup.
A bunch of drunk fucks in the morning. That would work. That'd probably be very, very appropriate.
Drunk fucks in the morning.
That way.
Jason, I wanted to hit this on you because I just saw it came out yesterday, and it's not college football. It has something to do with NFL, and obviously being in Indianapolis. On the Colts aspect, I got two questions, and Austin, you guys can put your 2 cents in too. First off, new uniforms just kind of came out yesterday. The big reveal. I thought they were going to be like totally 360 degrees flip. They barely made really any changes. Big things was to the numbers, I guess, to the Nike swoosh, and then to how the Colts lettering looks. And then they had a secondary logo that kind of put and I'll kind of share that real quick if I can share my screen.
The state logo. Is that the second one? The one of the state?
So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, it's loading. Hold on.
So there's you look here, it's the primary logo, the new secondary logo, and then the historic logo. And then it shows kind of why they use the C. It's got the Indiana obviously in the middle of it. But then they showed like a reveal of the video, like of a, the Colts player walking in, kind of an intro video, hype up video. And the numbers were just a lot bigger, and they had a different, more of a unique, I guess, back from like the old 1930s look to them. And I think they incorporated incorporated black into it as well. So things are a little different. What's your thoughts on those? I mean, I thought they made it seem bigger than what it is, I think.
Classic look. I think it's fine. Like the Colts is one of those like heritage uniforms that goes back to Baltimore where they haven't changed over the years. So I don't think you needed to reinvent the wheel here. I like the secondary logo because it actually looks like the state of Indiana, unlike what the Pacers and Indiana State try to do, where it looks like somebody was building a Lego and it just looks like crap. So I'm fine with it. I think the tweaks were small, and that's fine.
Yeah, I do too. I kind of like that they changed the Colts, just the letter, or the COLTS, changed it more block. I think that looks a little bit more sharp, sharp on it. So that looks good. Second thing, do the Colts need Adam Vinatieri this year, or am I kicking him out?
I think you have an open camp in competition. You don't give him a spot. You do not guarantee the old man a spot. But you bring McLaughlin back and you say, all right, we've got a good, God-fearing competition. May the best man win. And if you do win, you miss a couple extra points. We're not going to wait around like we did last year. You're out the door.
Agreed. I mean, how many times do we find ourselves – I hate saying the word we, like I'm a freaking part of the team. I'd be the water boy if anything. But I hate how like we find ourselves in different times of games where an extra point brought us down to nut-crunching time when it came to the end of the game. Like, that's huge.
Think about what the Colts record was last year. I want to say after Kansas City, they were, I think, 5-2. And somebody can fact check me if I'm wrong on that. But those two losses, you could easily pin on the kicking game. So if you're 6-1 or hell, even 7-0 heading after that game, you know what doesn't happen? You don't sign a quarterback in the offseason. You probably extend Jacoby Brissett. The whole dynamic of the game changes just because your kicker couldn't make an extra point.
Yeah.
Agreed. And
I think Brissett took a lot of the blame that I thought was unnecessary too. I mean, not only was obviously kicking troubles, but out healthy. I mean, and I don't understand why the Colts notoriously every single year have more injuries than every other team. Like, what the hell do they do with these guys? Why they're always so hurt? Why can't somebody just put in a full season sometime? Why can't we get a receiver that will play 16 games? Why can't we do that?
I agree. My big thing is when it comes up to the draft, and God knows what's going to happen with the draft here. I think that's my first pick. If I'm the Colts, I think our line's been taken care of pretty well. That's all we've been focusing on. We need a damn wide receiver that's going to come out and produce that Phillip Rivers can throw to every single time. I mean, it's got to be somebody reliable.
There is nobody right now. There's nobody out there right now. I mean, our only saving grace is that Funchess can stop being a puss and play.
Agreed. And then on the back end of that, Phillip Rivers, why didn't we go after Tom Brady?
I don't think Brady is part of Indianapolis. Like, the Colts could say that they weren't interested, but there's no way that as competitive as Tom Brady is, and I tip my hat to his competitiveness, he was going to go to the place that brought Deflategate to the table. He was not going to do that.
He's going to burn the city down and leave.
Right. I still advocated that he wanted Tampa Bay the whole time. TB12, Tampa Bay made sense from day one. Look, it was always in his back pocket.
Everybody retires to Florida. That's what he's doing.
I mean, and they got receivers.
Jeter's house.
What'd you say?
He's living large in Jeter's house.
Hell yeah, man. St. Jeter's.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I can't afford it, but if you let me live there, I totally would.
Can you imagine that conversation? Can you imagine that conversation? Derek Jeter and Tom Brady in the same room.
Well, I know you have to leave your phone at the door because that's a Jeter house rule.
No kidding.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know. I respect that.
Yeah.
Leave your phone at the door and you wake up the next day and you get an autographed gift basket. That's what happens when you.
And maybe a happy ending if you're lucky.
Dude, Jeter has to be on the Mount Rushmore of plowing hot chicks, right?
He's got to be.
Oh, Lord.
Derek Jeter and John Mayer and Scott Baio and I have more. Maybe Tommy Lee. I'm not sure. But that's got to be the Mount Rushmore of doing unbelievably hot chicks. Tony Romo might be up there, too.
Yeah, but Jeter was in New York, though. I mean, he was at a prime place. I mean, he had everything working for him.
And don't forget about Chase Lau on that list.
No, I'm a humble married man.
I'm just kidding. It's the captain getting to me already this morning.
Yeah, I mean, look at you.
Makes sense. Sweating.
I just sweat anyways because I'm so fast twitched.
Who still drinks Captain, by the way? Can we talk about that? Who still drinks Captain Morgan?
I do.
Yep. That's Mitchell, the 27-year-old stuck in a 20-year-old's body.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm 24, but thanks for noticing, my brother. My brother doesn't even know my damn age. You're 27-year-old. I'm 24.
Sorry, the facial hair makes you look older than what you really are. Sorry.
Hey, that right there is it. Hold on. Hadley just said hi, Austin. Say hi, Austin.
Oh. Hey, Ads.
Say hi, Austin. All right.
Look and get your head out of there.
All right, go on, brother.
So, Hammer, I hear you're a Cubs fan?
Yes, sir. Watched a lot of bad baseball in my life. Had a big payoff. I'm like one of those war vets you see standing on the corner. I've seen some things, man. I've seen some
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up on Andre Dawson, the Hawk, man. I remember watching on our old these guys probably don't remember those TV days when there wasn't, a screen in every room, but in the old beat up, remember the TVs, you had to turn the knob to turn the channel and shit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those up in the spare room. Me and my little brother used to watch Cubs games all the time back when they were on WGN every single day.
Yeah.
So
how fucking old are you, Chase?
I'll be 37 in a week.
Oh,
no,
God damn.
You'll be 37?
Look at this. This is being fit. You can look like it's a young, strapping lad, but
well, that's a hops for Hopefield. I know.
Experience.
That's a medium, so that didn't do us any justice.
Medium.
You're 37?
Captain's coming back out of you.
No way you're 37.
Not yet.
Well, not yet. 36.
Next Wednesday I will be.
Holy cow. Well, Austin thinks I'm 27. What, Jason, you 12?
Yeah, I'm 42.
Mitch, how old am I, Mitch?
You're 32, Austin.
Not yet.
You
don't even know my age.
You'll be 32 in July. July 22nd. You even know my birthday?
September 12th. No.
You don't even know. That's why you're joking around right now.
It's August 14th. August 14th.
At least you got it. Well, going back to the Cubs, Hammer, MLB, this is probably got to suck for you because I know waving the W flag is your big thing. I mean, how bad is this affecting your life? Not being able to watch any Cubs.
In general, affects my life. I mean, yes, I'm a Cubs fan, and not having Cubs baseball stinks in the summertime. I miss watching my son play. I miss watching the MLB network. I miss gambling. Sweet mother of God, I miss legitimate gambling on things other than Russian table tennis and Belarus soccer.
Forgot horse racing.
Yeah,
still bet the ponies.
Though, man, it's not.
And cliff diving, or what was that, Austin? That we were watching that one episode, a couple episodes back.
Death diving.
Have you seen that?
Dodd's death diving.
They're like on a 5-meter platform in the middle of nowhere, and it's not like a dive. It is literally spin yourself as fast as you can and do as many dumb shit in the air as you can, and you're not even you're almost belly flopping They at the last second open up and they make this big splash. It's impressive. Some Chinese guy won, and what do? He won a new car or something with it, Austin?
Yeah,
you
how do you win this?
It's all judged based on, I guess, like you said, how many times you can flip. I don't know how they get out of the water without vomiting.
Technique and landing.
It's impressive. It's impressive. So Cubs this year, Jason, are they? I mean, if there's a season, what's the is pitching going to be good enough?
1 through 3, they're going to be okay. It's 4 and 5, like a lot of teams that are going to be a problem. But Darvish, despite as awful as he was his first year in Chicago, actually pitched really well last year. He's probably your 1. John Lester falls into the 2, and Kyle Hendricks is your 3. And maybe I'm biased, but I'll take Kyle Hendricks as a 3 over pretty much anybody in the National League.
Agreed.
Now, 4 and 5, it's up in the air. Bullpen is up in the air because you're putting a lot of eggs in the basket of Craig Kimbrell as your closer, hoping he has a bounce back year because he was trash last year.
Hendricks is a guy I really, really like.
Yeah.
He's smooth. He pounds his zone, and he stays within himself the whole daggone time. A lot like I like Corey Kluber a lot because Corey's the same way. He pounds the zone. He's in and out, mixes pitches up, but he stays within himself. He doesn't show much emotion at all. But on the back end, I like a guy with some emotion as well. Maybe not, as emotional as some guys.
You?
Hey, I was 5'8". I had to get away with as much stuff as I could.
So basically, your prototypical pitcher that's successful in the MLB is the complete fucking opposite of
what I was, exactly, because I couldn't be that way. The Kyle Gibsons of the world, I can't be, because my parents were 5'8" and 5'7" and blessed me with nothing.
I made it to 6 foot.
You're 6 foot?
Hell yeah, I keep growing too.
6 foot catcher. See, that's what I'm saying. I wish I was you, or at least 2 inches taller than I was, or 2 inches taller than I am now. It's just not fair. All I think I got blessed with is how to run my mouth.
Nailed that one.
That's really just about it. Chase, any questions you have for Hammer before we pop off here and get him back to his day? We like to pop, at least before we leave, Jason, kind of give some thoughts in the back of your head, something that you've had go on this week or something that you're seeing around town, community that's on your mind that you think might be either motivational or useful for the mind. I'll give you this one time to say the word if you want to, because I know you're in the news industry, and a lot of things you guys hear on a daily basis is probably driven by that. So anything you have to leave with anybody, motivational or not, thoughts, now's the time.
Now, ultimately, and I'll try not to use the word here because I don't want to drink any more of this moonshine before my show. Taking my family. What I found out during this little situation, this crisis situation, you find out who the good people are and you find out who the D-bags are, right? Like, it's really become completely obvious. You can scroll through social media, you can see the news, you can listen to the radio. You find out who's willing to help, who's a good person, and you find out who's a rotten bastard.
Agreed.
I agree.
I like that a lot.
Social
what about guys? What about people
seconds.
making TikToks?
Douchebags.
Yeah, that's a D-bags.
Hey, I've got almost 37K right now on a video out on TikTok.
Because they think you're fucking special.
You should shut up. Or they think that I'm the better looking one and you're just this one sitting fucking back with a
better looking yard. The list goes on and on.
Well, you got the time to do it. I don't.
That's fine.
It's the truth. Chase, what you got for everybody?
Nothing. I just feed off what Hammer said. It's you look at, just scrolling through, and I remember, growing up, my dad always said, you're either part of the solution or part of the problem. And, you can tell the people that want to help and the people that just want to just drag shit down further. I'm tired of people all sharing all the negative stuff. It's like, dude, how miserable are you? You just wake up and look for negative news stories to share on your social media shit or something. It's just shut up.
I agree. Austin, anything?
Let's see. That's a tough one to follow. Something that's kind of helped me the last week is trying to find different projects around the house to do, stuff that I've been putting off for years, months. Finally making time to get that shit done. So I'll have some project pictures to share with the group here in the next couple of days. But try to find something new to do, knock off some of the items off your past list, and get it done.
Perfect. I think mine is, and I put out a video probably, I think Thursday or Friday, just a YouTube video basically off of my business page. Like those local businesses, any shout out to any local businesses anywhere. Like there is pages out there, and I'm all for supporting local business right now. And if you follow me on all my pages, that's all I've been doing. But at the end of the day, if there is organizations or local groups on social media asking you to send them your information of your business and you are not doing that, go kick rocks, because it is free advertising. There is pages in Hancock County right now that they have over 12,000 likes and followers on Facebook. And they said, local and small businesses, let us know your hours of operation and maybe the change of operations you're doing so we can share it to the community. And there wasn't but probably 3 comments from businesses. Don't be lazy. Share that information, even if it's a big organization. Like I think, Hammer, you guys just the other day had a local business call-in show. Didn't you?
Every day our show at 5:43, we solicit for local businesses to call in, and we give them 15 seconds of free airtime. We get in as many as we can until commercial break.
If you aren't trying to call in right there, you're not trying to do all that stuff, literally you are wasting your time and you are not doing what you need to be doing right now. So please, even if they aren't offering up, still message, reach out to those organizations, those social media influencers, whoever it is, and ask them for a shout out or whatever it is, because that's what they're here to do right now. Especially it's free advertising, especially on the #1 rated show in Indy right now, 3P to 7P on the evening drive home. So go listen to it. Jason, where can people find you on social media, both you and the show?
Just follow at Hammer and Nigel, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's real easy to find, Hammer and Nigel.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Funny show, 3 p.m., 7 p.m., WIBC 93.1. Go listen to Hammer and Nigel show. Austin, Chase, Jason, appreciate you guys joining me today. Hopefully you guys all have a phenomenal rest of the day and, keep kicking ass and making a difference out there.
Right on. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah.